I always get nervous whenever it's like beep, I'm like, oh shit, here we go. Welcome back to the mountaintop, everybody. I'm Cody, and today we have the Battle of the 6.5s lined up for you. So we have two 6.5 Creedmoors. We've got, your bolt action for you bolt action lovers. We've got a semi-automatic AR platform for you guys that love those, and we have this one's a little bit different. This is a 6.5 by 55 Swede, and I know you're like, what the heck is that? But it actually came out in 1890. It's really popular overseas with militaries and hunters, and it never really took off in the U.S. because I don't really know why it didn't take off in the U.S. People just, I don't know, I guess they just didn't like the name Swede in it or whatever. I don't know. Hornady came in 2007 and was like, let's change that. So they came out with the 6.5 Creedmoor. This is what everybody knows and loves in the US. Literally, this didn't come out until 2007, and it's as popular as it is. This is the 6.5 Creedmoor, and this is the 6.5 by 55 Swede. Hornady is they're so awesome. I mean, they came out, they made this bullet, they engineered it to have an even higher ballistic coefficient, which means it flew farther, flatter, with less powder, and it had less drag. So if they say, oh, it's got a high ballistic coefficient, it's really aerodynamic. So think of this as a Ferrari. The 10 millimeter, think of that as a tractor trailer. You see, that flat end, the flat nose on it, it's going to have a lot of drag and resistance. It's going to slow down real quick. This guy doesn't need a lot of power, and it'll fly pretty far and pretty flat. This is all we could find just because it's, 6.5 Swede, 139 grain, and it's some PPU ammunition. And then out of our 6.5 Creedmoors, we are going to be shooting some Hornady Precision Hunters, and they are 143 grain ELDX rounds. What gun do you think is going to win this competition? I honestly am going to put my money on the 6.5 Creedmoor Savage Model 110. What we're going to do is we're going to put 5 shots down range out of each gun. We're going to average out and figure out their grouping, see how far they were, and we'll put them together at the end and we'll see who wins. But put your guesses in the comments below. Let me know who you think's going to win. Let's get this thing set up and let's start shooting. All right, we've got this thing in a lead sled to take out all the variables. This is a 6.5 Swede with 139 grain bullets. Remington Model 700. So I'm not too sure, but it looks like we stacked a bullet there. It looks like there's 2 holes there. And then there's your, 3, 4, and 5. But this guy's going to throw off our average. This is the Diamondback DB10 chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. And we are using these Precision Hunter bullets, 143 grain ELDX. As you can see, it had a pretty tight grouping there. That's pretty darn good shooting. I think it did a little bit better than the 6.5 by 55 Swede. That's pretty darn good shooting out of both guns. So let's take this target down, let's put the other target up, and shoot this last gun. Savage Model 110 Precision. This is the final gun of the day, and I really do think this one's probably going to take it just because it's got a bigger barrel. It's designed to shoot pretty consistently. But we're shooting the same ammo that we shot out of the Diamondback. This is the Hornady Precision Hunter and 143 grain ELDX rounds. This gun, I know it's going to shoot pretty well, so we're just going to send 5, one right after another down range, and then we'll see what kind of grouping we get. This is the Savage Model 110 Precision, and as you can tell, I don't really even think we have to do the math. I really think that it kind of went in order of how the gun shot. This bolt action, the Savage Model 110, I mean, that grouping is just insane. You can't ask for any better than that. That is just, perfect grouping. And then, I feel like second place came the Diamondback, and then third place came the 6.5 Swede. And that 6.5 Swede didn't have Hornady ammo. It wasn't as high quality ammo, but I feel like even with some Hornady ammo, it probably would have maybe grouped as good as the Diamondback, maybe, but I don't think it would have grouped as good as the Savage Model 110 Precision. We're back here at the house, and I'm going to show you guys how to calculate your grouping, how they do that. So what you do with this is you measure from the outside of your farthest two bullets. I believe these two are the farthest away, so 2.5 inches was that group. So now what you do is you take away 0.264 from that, because that is your bullet's diameter. 2.5 inches, that was how far our farthest spacing was, and then we subtract one bullet diameter, and that's our grouping. So our grouping is 2.23 inches, and so that is with our 6.5 by 55 Swede. And so I went ahead and I did that with all three of these. This is your Diamondback 0.264 from 212, and we got 1.86. And so that one, the DB ended up in second place. And here's your last one. This is the Savage, and clearly, the grouping was a lot better. It's 1 1/8 inch, and that is pretty freaking wild. And if you subtract that 0.26 from it, we get 0.861. And if we put that right here beside the other 6.5, they're shooting the same bullets, and our AR platform shot an average exactly 1 inch farther apart than the bolt action 6.5 Creedmoor did. So all these guns are really, really good. We were just giving you an idea of how they all perform side by side, and what kind of, how innovation can make a gun shoot better. And so that's all we have for you today, guys. Now you got an idea of what kind of 6.5 you might want. So if you like the content, please give us a thumbs up, let us know you're liking it, subscribe to the channel, push the notification button so you know when we post again, and we'll see you next time.